let's hop on in. Let's join our players here for another EPT Cup Grand Finals. It's a best of 5, and hey, look at that. Look at this Protoss player spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Royal Blood. Who could this be in the finals of an EPT Cup? Well, it's the one and only MaxPax. His opponent in the upper right-hand corner, maybe a little less likely to spot him in a finals here. But we're stoked to see it off the back of a win against Gumiho. Very impressive stuff. It is Team Starcom's Wayne. A bit of stuttering here. Hopefully we don't have any lag issues going on. Worth noting, MaxPax also took down some very strong opponents to get here, including one of the hardest opponents in this bracket. In the second round, MaxPax had to face him, and it was close. It was a nail biter. It did end up being 2-0, but MaxPax did end up defeating me in a PvP. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Friendly reminder, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on Twitch, you can go over to the YouTube and hit that subscribe button, because I do put all of my best matches from the day on there, whether it's from this tournament, KSL, or anything else. Anything else I happen to be casting, I try to put one video a week, or one video a day rather. Just try to keep all those best matches on there. Would love to have you as a subscriber. Now, Wayne looked very strong against Gumiho, but it did feel like it was, we didn't get any macro games. There was some aggression from Gumiho in game 1 that Wayne was able to, he actually took quite a bit of damage from. But then the counterattack just killed Gumiho. It was kind of a surprising win there. Gumiho made a bit of a mistake. Game 2, Wayne cheesed the crap out of him, and it worked beautifully. Very well-handled build. I haven't seen much from MaxPax today. I didn't get to cast him except in the finals of Europe, which he did win over Mana. But he's played a lot of PvP today, if I remember correctly. I don't know what kind of PvZ shape he's in. Generally speaking, I expect him to be very good. But he did just lose one probe to these 2 links, so, you know, who's to say? Links are going to go down. It's just an Oracle opening here out of MaxPax. So far, this game looking pretty standard, pretty solid. Kind of what you'd expect. That Adept really wanted to go get that Creep Tumor. It's not going to be able to, though. In fact, woo, it just barely gets out of there with 5 hit points. So close. Lings delaying that third base by killing the drone, or killing the probe rather. But MaxPax just going to send another one out, take that third, and probably get into some blink +1 action. It has been pretty adept heavy at the start, but that's just there a little bit better against Lings in the early game than the Stalkers are. I'm expecting that kind of blink play out of MaxPax that's been just extremely popular for quite some time now. That is the macro style. What I'm more interested in is what Wayne is going to end up doing. These Adepts do get in there, get a couple of kills. Oh, the Oracle says, hey, I want in on that action too. 5 drones going down there. Overall, not too bad here for Wayne, but Wayne doesn't have a lot of workers out right now. He's only on 33. He is still droning up, but just not the heftiest worker count at the moment. He's going into +1 melee. Try to bust through this Stalker. The Oracle says, no, I don't want it. Yeah, +1 melee is pretty interesting. Just leads me to believe that Wayne wants to play a heavy Ling Bane style. Very solid against the gateway style of the Protoss. It's not the craziest upgrade to see come out very early here. Earlier you can get that +1, the earlier you can get that +2, and those banelings can start one-shotting probes. Actually a very important upgrade for that purpose. Also, of course, having upgrades in the fights is good. Ooh, a hot switch here for MaxPax. Started blink, canceled it, started charge. Now, I don't know if that was an intentional, or if that was a decision on the fly, or just he's so used to hitting blink that he just like surprised himself and canceled and made charge. It's an interesting choice. And with charge going down, I imagine we're going to see a Templar Archives here soon coming out of MaxPax. He's mining quite a bit of gas to go for full-on charge lots. So we got to see that Templar Archives, right? I'm not seeing it just yet. Charge first is just so interesting. I love these Lings just like getting whatever damage they can. The Super Shield battery turns on just to hold them off. This is kind of a lot of Lings. The Oracles, though, fun fact, Lings can't shoot up. They can't shoot at all. Actually, melee units. Speaking of shooting, though, these Adepts are going to come in here, target down a couple of workers. 5 drones going down, and shaded straight into the main base. Uh-oh. This is getting a little bit too much damage done here. 9 workers getting killed. That is less than ideal, I would say, here for Wayne at this stage of the game. Now down 9 workers from his opponent. I think MaxPax, 4 more gates on the way. He's already got 6 of them out. That's going to be 10 gates. There's that Templar Archives coming down. Robo Bay on the way as well. MaxPax getting into all the tech possibly can. But you know what none of this deals with particularly well? Mutas. Oh, banelings. Nah, they don't really connect that well. The shield batteries too. Keeping units healed up. Surprised Wayne went in with that. This 4th base getting taken here, I don't think Wayne realized that while he was over there. He probably would have just popped up there and tried to surround it with the Lings. That's a nice little catch there. Gets the sentry at least. Lings are going to get pushed away, but... Oh, good cancel on that warp in there from MaxPax as he was trying to go for an Archon drop. He just warped in 8 High Templar. That is so much gas that he just spent right there. That is wild. Yeah, I'm getting some stuttering in game. This is... I'm just worried it's going to affect the players. I don't want to drop. Sometimes Battle.net has some connection issues, and it seems like we are experiencing them right now. But Wayne getting into those mutas. Speaking of a lot of gas being spent, there were just 10 mutas in production, 9 of them popping right now. But this is actually very unfortunate for Wayne, because they're going to get spotted immediately. These Archons coming in. Not a lot of this deals with Archons particularly well. Lings and mutas, not always the best here. That is 4 Archons just powering through, just walking, trying to get something done. Oh my God. 20 drones going down as the Zealots run their way into this natural base. And Wayne, he's got a solid army. I feel like there's a lot he can do here, but he's just got to focus on keeping his base together. He's losing so many workers. Oh my God, these drones getting absolutely wrecked. Lings and Banes on the other side of the map kind of wishing they could do something. But the Charge Lord Archon's just looking so good. Colossi coming out now. And I think MaxPax is just going to have basically an unbeatable Protoss death ball pretty soon. And I don't know what Wayne does against it. There's even Phoenixes coming out for MaxPax just to help out against those mutas. Already has 3 of them out. That being said, this is a lot of mutalisks. There's 14 in the sky right now, more being made. Templar Archives getting targeted down. The Phoenixes can micro against the mutas, but they're not perfect. That is the Ted Templar Archives. New one's going to have to go down if he wants to build more Archons. Oh, these Archons. Cornering the mutas a little bit. Getting another tap as the mutas do escape. Oh, no. 2 more just fly in, though. At least one of them gets away. Wayne going for the Jadong plays here. And the Phoenix control from MaxPax is quite good. Picking off yet another muta there without losing any Phoenixes yet. Wayne, in the meantime, does have 5 bases up. but still only on 77 workers. His economy is not really, it's just barely fully recovered. And MaxPax has been mining more this whole time, and his army is just looking insane. Colossi, Archons, some Phoenixes, some Stalkers, and a bunch of Zellies. Wayne's just on Lingbane Muta. He is getting into some Roaches, though, so he's got a good handful out. In fact, there's almost no Lynx. It's literally just Banes. Big Zealot run by getting set up here. Wayne decides to pull back. MaxPax playing very passively at the moment. And as I say that, he starts walking onto creep with this. I mean, this is a true death ball. More Roaches on the way right now for Wayne, but it feels like he needs more than Lingbane Roach Ravager. As his 5th base is going to go down, he's just going to let it happen. He is morphing a bunch of Ravagers right now. The Mutas are currently dying to the, oh man, they're dying to the Phoenixes. The Zealots killing 24 drones. Biles landing on Roaches here. There's Zealots in this base as well. Oh my god, forcing the split from Wayne. He's finally going to clean those up, but can he actually win this fight? The Mutas come back in, but the Archons are going to win against them. And Wayne seems to have just about nothing left. The Phoenix is now going to be able to just lift up these Ravagers, target a few of them down, get them out of the fight. And MaxPax is at 180 supply to 118. And despite those numbers sounding similar, they are not at all. GG, MaxPax takes game number 1. A very strong game there, finding all sorts of little advantages and then not letting go of them. Yeah, it was a tough one there for Wayne. MaxPax's PVZ looking very, very strong. Muta seemed like such a good idea right up until 4 Archons got morphed in and just walked to the other side of the map. The Zealot run-bys just kept getting so much damage done, and felt like Wayne was constantly just trying to catch up from being behind in drones. And every time he started catching up, a few more drones would go down. We're going to hop into Neo Humanity for game 2 here. See if it goes any better for our Zerg player. Would love to see a close and competitive series. That's a tough thing against MaxPax. All right. We're in game. Let's join our players in the lower right-hand corner. It is, of course, Sidestorm Gaming's MaxPax. And his opponent in the upper left in the yellow this time. For Team Starcom, it's Wayne. I think the hardest thing about fighting against MaxPax, he can be a very, very greedy boy, a very greedy player. And he can make it really difficult to punish him. It feels very rare that MaxPax gets caught off guard by something. It feels like he knows what all the answers are to his strats, and he very specifically plans out his responses against those various strategies that people will concoct against him. Sometimes they're able to push through. A lot of his strategies do depend on the slightest of advantages going well for him. Any little mistake, it feels like it's amplified in MaxPax's play. But over the years, he has ironed out so many mistakes in his play and so many weaknesses in his play. He's very methodically gotten better and better and better until it becomes very difficult to beat him. I really do wish we could see him in offline tournaments. I think that would be super cool. I can't wait for the day where we find out that MaxPax has been an AI this whole time. It's just somebody running his account and then putting the AI into the game. That's why he can't go to LAN. Feels like a bit of a weird wall for MaxPax, though. This map is kind of tough to wall in on. There's a few different options on how to wall. This one is the chintziest. And we've already seen Wayne be very happy to build banelings and bash into a wall today, as he did that earlier against Gumiho. MaxPax's going to spot this forward base. What does Wayne want to do with that? Usually if I see that base be taken, I'm expecting like Queens pushing creep and Queens and Roaches and Ravagers pushing through the center of the map. But then I do watch a lot of Dark, so it's, you know, very specific to that kind of play style. I don't think Wayne is averse to that, but right now we don't see any Roach Warren going down or anything like that. Wayne playing pretty chill. He's got to defend the Zealot 2 Adepts, a little push across. Ling's kind of dying to that Zealot, and they're looking to handle these 2 Adepts in the main base. I think the drones just got to leave. Looks like there's enough Lings now. Push these Adepts away. I think one, actually both of them get out of there. Oh my god, I can't believe they got away. That's actually insane. That's so rude. Another drone goes down. The larva going down as well, adding insult to injury. And this is one of the powers of MaxPax, I feel like, is getting in there with just a couple units, poking and prodding and starting to pick apart his opponent. 1 or 2 drones at a time, just a little bit at a time. Again, gets 1 more drone, gets a 2nd drone. It's 4 drones, and so far he's only lost that first Zealot. MaxPax taking 3rd base. Not a super quick 3rd base. It is fairly fast. 2nd Oracle goes in, gets another kill. Roach Warren finally goes down for Wayne. I do wonder what his plans are here. The Adept shade in, and this time Wayne is going to be able to stop them from really doing any damage. Oracle's going to look around for something as well. Once again, very nicely done. Ling's gonna get on top of some of these probes, though. Some counter damage. 6 drones went down on the other side of the map, though. They gotta get a lot of counter damage. 4 is better than nothing. Wayne will finally take a worker lead for a second there. I saw it. I saw that worker lead. Man, these Oracles, I feel like, have just gotten too much damage done. What is this, 4 kills? 2 kills? That's not as bad as I thought. Maybe a couple of Adepts got a few more. 10 drones have gone down this game. But Wayne did get some counter damage on this side. The lack of shield battery actually hurting MaxPax there. Something he doesn't usually forget. He's usually very good about keeping shield batteries at his respective bases. They're such a crucial part of any defense against anything. Void Ray is out now too. What is this Void Ray gonna do? It's just gonna target down drones. I love it. So annoying to deal with. God, 8 more drones. Did the Oracles get kills too at the same time? Yeah, looks like they did. Got a couple of kills. The Void Ray got a couple of kills. And Wayne has lost 18 drones this game. And even though not a lot of like actual stuff has happened, Wayne just feels behind. But he is in build units phase. And I don't really know why MaxPax is breaking this down. Actually worries me a little bit. I feel like there's about to be a bunch of stuff out for Wayne. But it is not really here yet. And MaxPax, I think, is just going to try to put some pressure on with these Blink Stalkers. See if he can't get some damage done. Maybe draw these units into the stasis trap. Wayne, be careful. Woo. Turns around. Roach is pushing back up the ramp. I think the stasis trap's going to trigger on a couple of Lings here. Oh, not yet. Roaches and Ravagers pushing through. These Ravagers getting a little bit far forward. Going to get picked off. And there's the stasis trap. Gets a Queen and 3 Roaches. MaxPax now is going to start pushing back across the map, clearing some of this creep that's been spread forward by Wayne. 10 Swarm Hosts on the way. Oh my god, this Void Ray already has 8 kills. Ooh, it doesn't quite get that Overseer, though. The Swarm Host, such an interesting play here out of Wayne. And while the Stalkers are poking and prodding and MaxPax is taking the 4th base, these Swarm Hosts might come as a big surprise to him. Because I don't know if he spotted that Infestation Pit. Actually don't even know where the Infestation Pit is. Oh yeah, it's back there. He has no idea this is coming, and this is not super common these days. I don't think there was a Nidus Worm or anything. Unless I am incorrect. It looks like these Swarm Hosts are just going to be walking everywhere they want to go, and they are going to drop these Locusts right here, right next to the double Robo. Oh my god, if Wayne does this, can he get the kills? But he's got to do it. He's focused on the front. He's got to drop the Locusts. He's got to get him in there. Oh, the Colossi are going to finish just in time, I think. This is actually so painful for Wayne. If he had clicked that button immediately, he stops both of those Colossi from coming out. 4-5 seconds earlier. That is insane. He does still get the kill on both Robos. 2 Colossi come out, and they're going to be able to clean up Locusts very quickly. Oh, he needs to be super careful with his army here. Fortunately for him, MaxPax isn't really anywhere nearby. He was just looking for any Swarm Hosts that might have been left behind. Wayne's already rotated around the fully to the top side with them. Some Disruptors did get out as well. Ooh, the Ling Roach Ravager having a tough time actually taking a fight here. Starkers are going to have to leave. That is going to be a cancel Nexus. Oh, he gets the cancel, and on the other side, the kill. And Wayne getting some good damage on here, diving maybe a little deep, though, onto this. Oh my god, these stasis traps are catching so many units. The Locust finally cleaned up, and I think the Swarm Host mostly survived. I don't know if any of those have gone down just yet. Nope, they are staying alive. Wayne is looking good with this. He does not have a lot of workers behind this, but that means his army is huge. And he's going to try to jump on top of this. Disruptor's getting okay shots. Where's the rest of MaxPax's army? The Stalkers blink over, but a Colossus goes down. The Disruptors are going down, and now the Locusts are here. Super Shield Battery turns on. Can Wayne push through this? He's going to kill the Shield Battery. He's got a lot of DPS while these Locusts are here, but he's losing so many Roaches. He does not have a lot of money to remake this army. Colossus continuing to micro backwards. It's got 19 kills. It's doing its best. The Roaches are mostly gone, but new ones are reinforcing. The double Robo was put back down. I feel like Wayne might want to target that down, but he's got to get out of here. The Stalkers are pushing this back, and as more Colossi pop, MaxPax cleans this army up, and what was such a strong push for Wayne, I think he just way overcommitted. And suddenly MaxPax, he's got this base finishing back up. He's still up a bunch of workers despite losing 21 probes during that. And his army is just more solid. I feel like a couple of Archons would be sick here to have in front of these Colossi. Soak up some of the Locusts. Roach is coming over to the right top side here, which means the Swarm Hosts are hitting over on the other side. But hey, Blink Stalker is pretty good at dealing with some Locusts. Or some Swarm Hosts, rather. Actually, pretty bad at dealing with Locusts, but they deal with the Swarm Hosts. The Swarm Hosts do get a couple of Stalker kills they probably shouldn't have gotten. But I think MaxPax is happy just to push that away. Wayne pulling the Roaches back home, droning up a little bit, trying to saturate this base. It is 4 base to 4 base right now, but this gas is already gone. There's nothing in it. The main gases aren't even mined out yet, but that one, oh, it gone. So Wayne's got to get some drones up. He's going to take another hatch. He's got to keep that pressure on right now. I'm getting real worried for him. There are 5 Colossi here. And Colossi, not the best against roaches, but when there's 5 of them, that is so much damage coming out from 10 range away, because I don't think that patch has gone through yet. I think they still have that 10 range. Stalker's blinking backwards. What fantastic control on a MaxPax. Just constantly, and now he's going to go for the big push. The army supplies are very similar. A blinding cloud goes down, kind of a sick blinding cloud. But should that have been an abduct on one of the Colossi instead? I don't know. These biles are just not landing as the Stalkers keep blinking backwards. MaxPax maintaining that army supply lead, keeping the pressure on. He's got more income right now. He's got more army right now. Wayne does have the upgrade lead with a Carapace upgrade, but these Roaches and Ravagers just are not doing well in the fight, and GG gets called as MaxPax takes game number 2. Going up to match point in yet another EPT Cup Finals. MaxPax is so good. Yeah, he really is. He really is. It's actually insane how strong of a player he is. I mean, he's in his 2nd finals of the day. He won earlier against Mana, and here he is up 2-0 against Wayne right now. Some very impressive play. It is worth noting we still have a lot of players that, you know, they're still in Riyadh. I think next week we should have them all back and have a bigger bracket, especially for NA. It hurts because NA usually sees a lot of European players and a lot of Korean players. And we had Gumiho today representing Korea. And we still have a handful of European players, just not nearly as many as we normally would. And of the players who didn't go to the Gamers 8 tournament, this one is arguably the best of that group. In the upper left-hand corner of Gressvon, up 2-0 in this best of 5. It is MaxPax. His opponent in the lower right-hand corner, it is Team Starcom's Wayne, who was able to take out, I think, the other favorite to win this bracket. I certainly would have expected a Gumiho MaxPax finals. Their seeds 1 and 2 for a reason. You know, those guys have been so strong. Gumiho has looked like an actual god lately. Ooh, that hatch just barely gets down. That's wild. But yeah, Wayne able to take down Gumiho. Very impressive result. But now he's got to take down MaxPax. It's just such a different beast. The thing is, like, Gumiho is the kind of player that I feel like good cheese builds can work against him. I feel like he's always been a little susceptible to that. He's not the kind of player like a Hero Marine or a Showtime or like a Serral, who's just so strong, so solid, scouts everything you're doing all the time, knows the responses, like a MaxPax, who has these builds and he just knows the response if you're cheesing. He knows the response against what you're doing to hold your builds, and he's going to do his best to scout them. Gumiho is somebody who will miss things like scouting. His builds aren't always super strong and super solid. He will take a lot of risks that other players won't. And it was cool to see Wayne kind of take advantage of that. Excited to see what Wayne does in this game. I have a feeling MaxPax isn't going to do anything too crazy here. But feel like he has kind of changed it up a little bit. MaxPax not just playing standard Blink Stalkers every game. In fact, this looks like a Glaives build. And you know what? With 3 mining on each gas, I think this is going to be Glaives into DTs. Actually, there's no other gateways going down. This is a very quick Twilight Council. Is this just DTs? I'm not really sure what build this is, but Robo goes down. Oh, actually, this could just be an Archon drop. Now, it's got to be like a DT Archon drop, right? You know, nobody just drops Archon anymore. Right, MaxPax? We don't do that. We make a Dark Shrine. We make a Dark Shrine. They say when behind Dark Shrine. You know what else they say? When ahead Dark Shrine. They also really like to say, just build the goddamn Dark Shrine. It's just a good building to have. The 2 Adepts are going to go down here. Get a couple of drones, but not a ton. MaxPax's going to wall off behind it. No Glaives or anything with this. This is just a straight up Dark Shrine build. Four minutes, no third base here for MaxPax. I think Wayne is probably thinking the same thing. He's like, what are you doing? You don't have a third. Don't you know you're supposed to be like the greedy player? MaxPax usually out there taking third bases as early as possible. Well, there's an Overlord, but it didn't get... Oh, no, never mind. No, it got a Great Scout. Yes, Overlord saw absolutely everything. Spore Crawler is going down. For some reason, I thought it just like skirted along the top, but... Wayne knows exactly what he's up against. He's got a Roach one on the way. 20 Lings. Spore Crawlers being made in his bases. The DTs are coming in right now. Oh, the Spore Crawler here is beautiful. Prism already taking some damage. So I think it might be pretty close to time. MaxPax is just going to start going for the Archons. Ooh, Link's in a counterattack as well. This third base. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. He's decided to run in instead. Oh my god, the wall off. Too clutch. Too good. No drones going down, though. I think those 2 were just from the Adepts earlier. So great defense here from Wayne. And this DT opening, not really getting anything done. Roach is coming out now to deal with the follow-up Archon drop, which I imagine will be coming soon. MaxPax so far, though, just keeping these in DT form. He's going to start clearing some creep. Oh, goes into Blink behind it. Okay, so we will see some of those Blinky boys. This time, Wayne seems like he is going to commit on the Roaches for now. Roach speed and +1 missile attacks on the way for him. Not going for that Ling Bane style this game. Roach is a little more substantial, a little bit better in a fight. I guess it depends on the fight, but yeah, a little bit more chunky. They deal with things like Archons a little bit better. Oh, Queen diving a little bit too far forward, but the Overseer is here. Now the DT's really got to run away. Blink about to finish up. Stalkers are heading out. They even have a little cheeky Adept friend who's going to start falling behind soon. She doesn't run as fast as the Stalkers. She's even holding one up. Look at that. That's rude. Oh, and the DTs finally morph into Archons, but not for a drop, just for the attack. And Wayne, he cannot hold this. He needs to let this base go. The 4th hatch, you just got to let it happen. He's going to try to go for it. He's got so many more Roaches on the way. They just aren't here quite yet. Ling's on the backside, though. It's a very sick Ling flank here for Wayne. And I think he will push this away. Some Roach reinforcements showing up. These Archons getting picked up in the Prism beautifully. So MaxPax, he's getting routed. He's getting sent back. The Archons in this Prism, I think they're quite low, so they don't want to drop on these roaches. MaxPax just pulling back to having to warping in more Stalkers. And he's getting it to charge, +2, and a Robo Bay. In the meantime, Wayne is getting into Hydras right now. Like, I wouldn't hate to see a lair sometime soon to get towards those lurkers. Vipers and lurkers. Stalker's trying to bust in, but MaxPax. I've seen a lot of Protoss players, you know, leave the door open, let the Lings in. MaxPax usually very, very good about that. Nice to see that consistent hold of the door. Lings do spot that 4th base is coming up. Wayne, gotta get things going, man. It feels like every single one of these games so far, MaxPax has been out mining, or at the worst, just evenly mining with the Zerg. It's just not what you want to see as the Zerg player. Definitely can't push up that ramp, even with these Hydras here. The Hydra's missing their speed upgrade? They feel so slow. Yeah, they are. No muscular augments here for Wayne.
Game paused.
Well, we got a bit of a pause. Wonder if MaxPax is feeling some of that lag that we're seeing. I don't know if you guys are noticing, it's just like a slight stuttering happening in some of the moments of this game, or in this series. Very weird, very annoying. We'll pull out of this screen while we're waiting for the pause to be undone here. Wayne is up a lot of supply right now. He's got a lot of army, and it feels like he wants to put that pressure on. The lack of muscular augments there for those Hydras is very painful. It just slows them down quite a bit. Surprised to see Wayne miss that one. He must have... I feel like that's one where you try to hit it, and if you don't have the money, you might not realize it for a long time. Oh. So this is not good. So MaxPax is having some keyboard issues. And I think we might have to resume from replay here. Yeah, MaxPax having some big keyboard issues. He's trying to type and it's just not working. It's not, doesn't seem to be working very well. So hopefully, we can resume it from replay here momentarily. This is fun times. I really love the resume from replay function. That they added to the game. I think it's a really cool function. It's kind of fun, the idea that you could like get a pro replay and then you and your friends could play it out from like a late game scenario. It's also really good for practicing, I think. If you lose a game and you're like, okay, I want to practice this specific scenario late on in the game. You don't have to just like macro there. You could just start in the late game. But really, I think the number one reason we like it is for moments like this, where it's like, there's an issue, and somebody might have to restart a computer, somebody might have to restart something. The only way to really do that is to resume from replay. And it used to be, if you got to do something like that, Sorry, I was reading the chat. I don't think it matters. Yeah, it used to be you had something like that. You just had to restart the game. Like, you got to start from scratch. And that was, I mean, we were heavily into the mid game. That was a very specific kind of game. And with the way MaxPax plays, it's not like we can just easily get there again, right? It's not like they both just macroed and did nothing. MaxPax is always looking for little bits and pieces of damage. That early game matters so much. We're finally getting back into the game. Sorry for the delay. Oh, we're recovering the game. It's going to take a minute. We have this lovely loading screen to look at in the meantime. No way to dodge with resume from replay. Yeah. Yep. You just get right back into the game. Oh, there's no music during this, too. It's just dead silent. You gotta love it. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. All right. Let's fix up these scores here real quick. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going. And we did start pretty much at the exact same spot we left, so nothing crazy there. MaxPax paused immediately. We do have disruptors coming out for MaxPax. He is down quite a bit of army supply, though. It's 50 army supply down as Wayne is going for a big ol' attack here. His fourth base might be in some trouble. MaxPax is very far away from it, but it looks like Wayne's just going to go straight for that natural wall. He's got more reinforcements coming in, some units from the backside. First Disruptor Nova goes out, gets a big connection. Super Shield Battery turns on here for MaxPax. This is looking dicey for the Protoss. Ooh, another Disruptor Nova comes out, gets a couple of units, but not much. The Stalker's trying to blink backwards. Somehow this Disruptor has stayed alive. It's got 3 kills. It's about to have another Disruptor Nova available. The natural wall is gone. But at the same time, there are units in the base. Zealots and Archons killing so many workers. Wayne needs to get huge damage done. Another Disruptor Nova coming out. Wayne not watching for a second there, and 6 Hydralisks go down. Huge hit for MaxPax. And all of this damage, 40 drones on the other side of the map. Wayne, he killed the natural wall, he killed the third base, but is that enough to make up for the fact that he's on 35 drones? If these Stalkers can clean the rest of this army up, I'm actually really liking this for MaxPax. Both the players are super low in supply. Another Disruptor Nova connects. The Stalkers blink forward just to pick off the last few Hydras, but now the Ling reinforcements show up. A few Zealots have warped in. It looks like the Warp Prism got recalled here with the Archon in it. Wayne's gonna push this back down to the low ground. But MaxPax still has 3 bases, and he still has enough probes to saturate the 3 bases. Whoop. Nice split there against the Nova, only loses 1 Roach, but at this point, 1 Roach is very important. Super Shield Battery turns on. I don't know if Wayne wants to be fighting into this. He's gonna pull back. 8 more drones going down back at home. Oh, the pickup into the Warp Prism. MaxPax is too damn good. And Wayne back at home on 27 drones. He's just not going to have enough to resupply this. A huge Disruptor Nova, and that will finish it off as the last of those roaches fall. MaxPax takes the 3-0 victory over Wayne in this grand finals.